master of the battlefield with 2 forms and essentially 6 skills to dominate his enemies. Mask of the Immortal, Souyou. Passive, Transient Immortal. After tapping any skill, Souyou will take his mortal form and gain extra movement speed. After holding any skill, Souyou will go into his immortal form, increasing his basic attack range and damage reduction, and gaining extra damage reduction based on his extra physical attack. First skill, Blade Surge. Souyou throws his weapon in the target direction, dealing damage to enemies in its path. He blinks to catch the weapon and unleash a slash behind him, dealing damage to enemies hit. Holding and releasing Souyou's first skill will cause him to charge in the target direction, dealing damage to enemies in his path. The charge distance increases with the hold time. Second skill, Soul Sever. Souyou performs a sweeping attack with his weapon, dealing physical damage to enemies in a fan-shaped area, and additional damage based on the target's lost HP after a short delay. Holding and releasing Souyou's second skill will cause him to perform 3 cleaves in a fan-shaped area, dealing physiqual damage with the first 2 hits, and more physical damage with the last hit while restoring his HP. Third skill, Evil Queller. Souyou glides backward as he swings his weapon, dealing damage to enemies and slowing them. Holding and releasing Souyou's third skill will fire an arrow, dealing physical damage to enemies hit. When ganking with Souyou, hide in a bush and hold his first skill to charge out with a devastating surprise attack. Follow up with his hold second skill for heavy damage, then a basic attack, and finally retreat with his third skill. Souyou can use his hold third skill to poke the enemy before engaging. Then use his hold first skill when it's time to go in and CC the backline targets. Use his hold second skill to deal lots of damage to the enemy team, and tap his third skill to retreat before they can fight back. As soon as his skills come off cooldown, use his tap first skill and second skill to finish off a target. Souyou is good at snowballing advantages to quickly extend the lead. But unlike traditional assassins, Souyou doesn't have high burst damage, and it's hard to maximize his damage. Upgrade Souyou's second skill at level 1, and upgrade his first skill at level 2. Then prioritize leveling his second skill, followed by his third skill, since most of his damage comes from his second skill. Tapping Souyou's skills will put him in his assassin state and grant extra movement speed, so it's best to switch to this form when roaming the map. Souyou's second skill can be held to unleash a 3-hit attack, but it can be interrupted by CC and dodged with mobility skills, so use the tap version of the second skill instead against enemies with CC or mobility. We recommend the Assassin Emblem with Thrill, Weapons Master, Lethal Ignition talents. In this setup, Thrill and Weapons Master talents provide physical attack to boost Souyou's damage, while also increasing his damage reduction in immortal form. And Lethal Ignition works perfectly with Souyou's multi-hit attacks to add some burst damage. We recommend the following equipment build for Souyou as a jungler, focused around damage and cooldown reduction. Hunter Strike and War Axe are Souyou's core equipment, granting the bulk of the damage and cooldown reduction that Souyou needs, while their unique passives synergize nicely with his skill mechanics. Queen's Wings can provide some needed survivability and give Souyou the ability to flip a fight at low HP. Grab Blade of Despair and Malefic Roar in the late game to top off Souyou's damage with more physical attack while also boosting his damage reduction. We recommend this equipment build if Souyou is taking the EXP lane for a balance of damage and survivability. War Axe will give Souyou a decent amount of self-sustain, while Brute Force Breastplate will improve his survivability, and its passive effect is great for Souyou's sustained playstyle. We recommend the Retribution battle spell for Souyou in the jungle role where he can excel. Souyou can also take Vengeance for more survivability in a fighter role. Souyou is good at closing gaps and chasing down enemies, making him a good counter to heroes who lack mobility, like Xavier and Ixia. Because Souyou has a lot of hold skills, heroes with CC like Padang and Melissa can easily interrupt his combos and flow. Allies with good CC like Tigreal can lock down targets for Souyou so he can maximize his damage. While supports like Rafaela will greatly boost Souyou's sustained combat with their healing and movement speed buffs. Souyou has 3 normal skills instead of an ultimate, making him one of the few junglers with this setup. Souyou can unlock all of his skills at level 3, meaning he can start ganking a level earlier. With enough cooldown reduction, Souyou has the tools to quickly engage and disengage, poke the enemy with minimum risk, and help his team break the enemy's formation. Souyou, Mask of the Immortal, is coming on the 21st of September. Get 30% off launch week. Grab his venerated Vigilance skill for only 51 diamonds in the first 14 days. We hope everyone will enjoy this dynamic hero. And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.